There are two names at the heart of the GTA 6 world, Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos. But today, we're only going to talk about one of them, because Lucia is making history in the series' 30-year legacy. First, let's make one thing clear. Lucia is the first fully voiced and mandatory playable female protagonist in the main story of the Grand Theft Auto series. We've seen silent or optional female characters in different games in the series before, but Lucia's position is completely different. She forms the backbone of the game alongside Jason. And unlike GTA 5's trio system, a classic Bonnie and Clyde dynamic is built between the two characters. Now let's get to the main subject. Who is Lucia? Where does she come from? And why is she being talked about so much? Lucia's story begins at a very young age. According to Rockstar's own character introduction, her father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. This detail wasn't added by chance, because Lucia's entire life turns into a struggle. Life has kept swinging at her, and she's learned to swing back every time. A fight she got into to protect her family eventually lands her in prison. This is where Leonida Penitentiary comes in. In the first trailer, we see Lucia exactly here, wearing an orange prisoner's uniform, sitting in the office of her supervising officer, Stephanie. Exactly which crime landed her inside still hasn't been fully explained, but it has been confirmed that the crime she committed was related to protecting her family. A family photo hanging in her cell while she's in prison catches attention, and it's a small but important clue about her past. Lucia gets out of prison, and it's confirmed that this is entirely due to luck, but this experience changes her. She's no longer someone who acts on impulse. In her own words, from now on, she's determined to make only smart moves. This is one of the most critical turning points in Lucia's character arc, because it transforms her from a classic criminal into a woman who has learned to survive and think strategically. And this is exactly where her mother's dream comes in. Lucia's real motivation isn't just her own. Survival. Her mother has dreamed of a better life since their days in Liberty City. Lucia is determined to do everything she can to turn this dream into reality, even through illegal means if necessary. This detail adds a generational weight to Lucia's story, and it becomes a theme the GTA series has never explored this deeply before. By the way, the Liberty City reference isn't there for nothing either, because it fuels speculation that Lucia's past could be connected to other points in the GTA universe. Rockstar hasn't made a clear statement on this so far, but the fanbase keeps producing theories. The most compelling side of Lucia's story is undoubtedly her relationship with Jason Duval. In Rockstar's own words, a life with Jason could be a real way out for Lucia. There's a classic criminal couple dynamic between the two characters, as if inspired directly by the real-life Bonnie and Clyde story. And as we all know, that story doesn't exactly end happily. Rockstar, using this inspiration so openly, is a strong sign that the writers could pull the story in a darker direction. In the second trailer, it was confirmed that both Lucia and Jason are fully playable. The character switching mechanic from GTA 5 makes a return here too. Players will be able to switch between Lucia and Jason during missions and in free roam. However, exactly how this mechanic will work, and how much of the story we'll experience with Lucia alone versus together with Jason, still hasn't been made clear. Lucia isn't only dangerous with her fists, she's also dangerous with firearms. Among the scenes we see in the trailers, MMA-style fight scenes and the use of heavy weapons stand out. One of the character's most memorable lines so far is this, that the only thing that matters is who you know and what you've got. This line sums up Lucia's outlook on life in a single sentence. Someone who moves through connections and the cards in her hand, not through rules. Everything Rockstar has officially shared so far comes from 2 trailers and the Newswire posts that accompanied them. In other words, every detail we know about Lucia is based on these 2 sources. Many questions still remain unanswered, such as exactly which crime landed her in prison, the true nature of her past connection with Jason, the game's mission structure, and how much of the story will be allocated to each character. It also hasn't been officially announced who will voice Lucia. Only fan-sourced casting claims are circulating on this subject. Lucia Caminos' importance to GTA 6 isn't just about the first female protagonist label. Her story is built on family, survival, freedom, and the search for a second chance, and this adds an emotional layer to GTA's usual crime narrative. In the dangerous world of Vice City and Leonida, Lucia stands out as both a tough and a deeply layered character. GTA 6 launches on the 19th of November, 2026 for PS5 and Xbox Series X, and Lucia's story will continue to become clearer until release. What do you think of Lucia's character? Does she seem more interesting alongside Jason or on her own? Let's meet in the comments.